So today we are going to be doing a little bit of a yoga flow. My sister Carolynn is going to be joining me. I hope you enjoy it. This is what I have been doing for working out and just kind of moving and relaxing and honestly de-stressing. Yoga in and of itself is so nice in regards to just like unplugging and just letting go of all distractions. So I hope you enjoy it. So join me and Carolynn for a 35-minute yoga flow. Alrighty, now let's get started in child's pose. Let's have the knees out wide, the hips down to the heels, and the forehead to the mat. Straighten those arms out right in front of you, and take a few moments just to figure out how you feel. Is it uncomfortable? Does it feel good? Can you really relax? Let's take some deep inhales and exhales. Inhale through the nose, and then exhale through the mouth. Now start to lengthen those arms out right in front of you and activate this child's pose. Maybe dome up on the top of your fingertips, really feeling that stretch underneath the armpit, and really extending and lengthening your torso. Again, take that deep breath in and exhale out. Now come all the way up to tabletop position. Wrist underneath your shoulders and hips in line with your knees. Now let's do cat-cow pose. As you inhale and move into cow pose, lift your sits bones upwards, press your chest forward, and allow your belly to sink. Lift your head, relax your shoulders away from your ears, and gaze straight ahead. As you exhale, come into cat pose while rounding your spine outward, tucking your tailbone and drawing your pubic bone forward. Release your head towards the floor. Just don't force the chin into your chest. Most importantly, just relax. Now just begin to move organically. Do what feels good in your body. When you're ready, just make your way back into a neutral tabletop and stretch out those wrists. So you can either hold this stretch or shift back and forth. And when you're ready, flip your palms and contract your fingers together, maybe touching your thumb to each of your fingers, really feeling those individual stretches. You can bend and straighten the arms, really feel that stretch in the back of the wrist. Let's sit back on our heels and shake out our hands. Let's interlace our fingers into the webbings, and let's flip those palms out and really round and curl into that cat spine. Now inhale those arms up to the sky. Bend your elbows and cradle the base of your head. Now start to expand through the thoracic span. Lift up and then go back. Really elevate the ribs away from the hips. Inhale back to center and cactus your elbows. Circle your arms back, out and around. Palms down, and let's go back to tabletop. Really pat your feet out so you can really relax those ankles. Wiggle out your ankles and toes, and now make your way back into neutral tabletop. Now reach your right arm forward, bicep to ear, and go down, out, and around, eye of the needle flow. Really looking at the tips of those fingers and getting all of that range of motion. Now reverse when you're ready. Now really try to integrate movement all throughout this with that seesaw motion. And now on that inhale, lift that arm up to the sky, and exhale, thread it through the other arm. Really accentuating that twist. Go ahead and explore that reach, binds, balance, whatever feels good in this pose for you. And slowly release. Left knee to the ground, rewind that stretch, reach up to the tips of those fingers. Exhale, right palm down, tabletop pose. Inhale the left arm forward. Exhale, circle back out and around. Eye of the needle flow, opposite side. Think about how slowly you can move. Feel like you're moving through molasses, really stretching through those muscles. And now reverse when you're ready. On the next inhale, lift that left arm to the sky. Spin that ribcage open and thread it through. Left hand to the mat, left shoulder down, and really focusing on that thoracic spinal twist. Bind if you bind, extend your leg if that feels like it's calling to you, or just be in this pose. Deep inhales and deep exhales. And slowly release. Right knee down, right palm down, and re-reach that left arm to the sky and left hand down, tabletop pose. Now really think about rounding through the upper back, pressing into the palms and tucking those toes and floating those knees for your floating tabletop. Really, really feel that activation in the core. Take a deep breath in through your nose and pull back into turbo dog. Now extend those legs and really pedaling out your dog, feeling all that stretch in the back of your hamstrings, calves, even lower lumbar. And when you're ready, shift over into a high plank position. Really feel like a wave coming forward. Engage your glutes and quadriceps. Deep breath in. And now very, very slowly lower all the way down to the floor. Forehead to the floor. Untuck your toes and have your hands right by your chest. On the next inhale, elevate the chest. Press all of those toes into the ground and really feel that activation in the back body. Keep your neck nice and long and now relax all the way down to the mat. Widen the knees out to the edges of the mat and slide your hands down towards the rib cage area. And now on a nice inhale, come all the way up to lifted cobra. Really lift up that back body, shoulders down. Now exhale slowly down. And for the final set, I really like binding my hands behind my back and really extending the legs to the back. Now on the next inhale, really feel that back body stretch and open up and really feel that engagement. Keep holding, keep holding. Now on your next exhale, release down and press back into child's pose. Maybe have your knees and toes together and lengthen your arms back by your sides, really feeling that relaxation. When you're ready, lengthen your arms out in front of you and come up to tabletop pose. And press back into downward facing dog. If you're a little bit tight in your hips and your back body, maybe extend your feet a little bit wider. Now step your feet together. And now do little itty bitty baby steps all the way to the top of your mat. Really hang heavy, maybe grab your elbows and bend your knees slightly so that you really feel the connection of your belly to thighs. Maybe shake your head yes and no and really relax. Now hands down and roll all the way up, one vertebrae at a time, as slow as possible. And on that next inhale, really reach your arms all the way overhead. And now exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, really draw those shoulders back. Exhale, let it go. Press into your palms and vinyasa. Walk, step, jump into chaturanga, upward facing dog, and exhale, down dog. Really lifting up through the core. Now feet together. Take that right leg all the way up to the ceiling and really just do what feels good. Circle your leg out and around, maybe open up that hip, just any organic movement that feels good. On the next inhale, extend your leg all the way up, put your knee to nose, and step all the way through into a lunge. Both hands down, now lunge twist. Left hand towards the floor, right hand extends all the way up to the ceiling. Holding these poses is what really makes you feel strong. Now release and walk it all the way out to a wide-legged forward fold. Extend halfway and exhale all the way down. Let's do a nice shoulder stretch. See if you can grab your hands behind you and really just let those arms relax all the way over your head. Maybe there's a soft bend in the knees to help you get that torso all the way up and over. Slowly release fingertips under the shoulders and extend halfway, and now walk it all the way around to the top of your mat into a low lunge. Let's put that knee down into a half crescent. Lift up those arms. Maybe let's cactus those arms back and have a nice little back bend. Remember, lifting up and then bending back. Alrighty, from here, release and half split. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, chest all the way down. Maybe there's a soft bend in that knee. Really thinking about squaring those hips and feeling that stretch and lengthen in that hamstring. Tuck your back toes and have that right leg extend all the way back and extend into a one-legged down dog. Now both legs down on the floor, shift forward like a wave, ripple forward all the way down in a nice chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Now left side, left leg sweeps up, and just explore what feels good. This side might feel a lot different than the other side. Really get into those sticky spots and just feel that stretch and lengthen. On the exhale, sweep it up. And now, knee to nose, step it through, right palm down, left arm sweeps the sky. Really stretch and hold. Really think about not sinking down into those hips. Really think about lifting up and feeling that engagement on your thighs and your quads. Now walk it around all the way down, wide leg forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale down, maybe grab the sides of those feet and really feel that nice stretch. Slowly release, fingers under the shoulders, lengthen, low lunge, left knee bends, and float those arms. Exhale, explore, lift up through those hips. You can get a really nice psoas stretch. Deep inhales and nice slow exhale release. Draw the hips halfway back and go into that half splits. Really feel like your head can touch that shin and have those hips up nice and high, and really feel that stretch all the way in that back hamstring. And flex the toes even further back to feel it in that back of the leg. Now bend your leg forward and have that left leg sweep the sky, one-legged dog. And exhale, left leg meets the right, and just feel that downward dog. Maybe let's do another chaturanga. Upward facing dog, and now lift up, downward facing dog. And turbo dog, exhale, really look up at the top of the mat, walk, step, jump or float into a forward fold. Extend and lengthen. And now let's go into a chair pose. Graze the earth and then the sky. The heels are grounded and the toes are elevated. think about not having a sway in your back, really lifting up that pelvic area. If you want to take it a little bit further, maybe go up onto the tippy toes and hold, and go on and back into a forward fold, relax down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale down, ground your palms, and do a nice chaturanga. Into upward facing dog, lift up and back to a downward facing dog. From your down dog, step your feet together and right leg goes up and back, and lunge your leg all the way through and lift up for a high crescent lunge. Lift your arms up to the sky and reach forward and hold. And now going into an airplane pose. Really think about squaring those hips down and lifting up in the back. And hold, maybe have a slight bend in the leg for stability. And now take a nice gentle step back into a high crescent. And now let's open up into a warrior two. So we want to make sure our front foot is directly in line with our back foot, and really hold. And hold that warrior two. Flip your right palm, reach and exalt your warrior. So bend back. Really make sure you still have that bend in that right knee. Now straighten back into warrior two. We're gonna straighten that right leg, arms to the sky. Let's pivot that left toes out, and let's go down into a nice runner's lunge. Really feel that stretch in the hips. You can have your hands just to your heart and just hold. If you want to walk your arms forward, that's such a good stretch. Or you can bind. So put your left arm down, extend that right arm all the way up, and see if you can grab your hands right behind your back. From your runner's lunge, let's walk it all the way to the top of the mat for right side lunge. And now let's revolve our half moon. So really hip square. Have your left arm down and see if you can lift that right arm up. This is such a powerful pose because we're really twisting and extending and really feeling the engagement in our back body and our legs. Now let's take that right hand down. Let's have that left knee all the way to our chest and maybe touch it to our nose. And now relax that leg down and forward fold. And chair pose. Let's graze the earth and then the sky. And let's bring our hands to our heart. And let's twist to our right. So left arm outside the right thigh. You can stay or straighten your arms up. Or just really hold and feel this pose. Let's really see if we can have those hips drop down towards the ground a little bit more. And exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive and bring those arms all the way up to the sky. Inhale, arms sweep up. And swan dive all the way down to the mat. And let's do a nice little vinyasa. Maybe walk, step, jump, maybe float. Vinyasa. And lift up to go back to your downward facing dog. Feet together, left leg sweeps the sky. Left side high crescent. Let's root to rise, really feeling that strength in those legs. When you're ready, let's lower halfway down, which is your half crescent pose, and really lift forward and see if you can fly into your airplane pose. Shoulders draw back, elevate your chest, and really feel that squaring off of your hips in this pose. When you're ready, step it all the way back gently into high crescent pose. Reach up, inhale, and a nice warrior two to the left side. Really feel that deep bend into that front foot and really focus and lock in. And just feel all of that full body engagement. Now in your warrior two, flip that palm, reach and stretch all the way back. Really think about lifting up and not crunching on that side. Now lift up into warrior two again, straighten that left leg, palms up to the sky. Now let's go into that right side runner's lunge. You can just stay here, keep your arms in prayer. You can maybe stretch your arms forward to feel that stretch even further in the groin area. Or you can bind. Reach those arms up and see if you can grab your arms behind you. And just breathe into this posture. We meet back into wide-legged forward fold. Now in this pose, we can just stay or do whatever the heck you want to do. You can stretch down into a frog pose to really open up those hips, or you could join me with a little inversion. And when you're ready, let's meet you back into a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, walk to the top of your mat, and revolve your half knee. Right fingers forward, right leg up, and see if you can get that left arm up too. We all release that left hand down and hug that right leg into the chest. Right foot meets the left and forward fold. And final chair pose. Graze the earth and bend the sky. Reach up. And hands to the heart and twist to the left. And just stay. Really feel that engagement. Really feel that twist into the thoracic spine. Maybe extend your arms and really hold and breathe. Slowly release and forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And let's do a nice vinyasa. So down, upward facing dog, and then a nice downward facing dog. Walk your hands to meet your feet at the back of the mat. Separate your feet about hips distance, so maybe 2 fists. See if you can soften those knees and put your hands underneath your feet. Really feel that massage. Maybe wiggle your toes and really relax your wrists. Inhale, halfway lengthen, and exhale, down. Making sure we have a little bit of a bend in the back of our legs. From here, release, walk it all the way out to a downward facing dog. Feet together, right legs goes back and up. Right side warrior one. Left heel down, root to rise, lift those arms all the way up. Cactus those arms, exhale. Hands behind your back, bind. Inhale, open your heart. And exhale, lead with your heart. And all the way down. Really feel that engagement of your right leg and pressing up against your torso. And let's hold our humble warrior. Let's have a mindful transition into an awkward twist. Left hand down and right arm up. From this awkward twist, we're gonna make a transition into lunge twist. And now lift those hips up into side plank. We could hold this side plank just like this, or we could explore a bit further. Maybe grab the big toe of your leg and extend up. And when you're ready, let's step back into dancer's bridge. Right hand down and revolve your dancer's bridge. Really elevate that bottom hip. Big inhale. Left hand down, inhale, maybe a little scissor push-up. And draw the hips back and up into a nice downward dog. Extend that leg up. And now right knee behind right wrist into a nice pigeon pose. This is one of my absolute favorite poses. It's so incredibly restorative and so beneficial in so many areas. See if you can reach your arms forward and just relax down. We all release into a one-legged downward dog. Tuck those back toes and sweep that right leg back and up. Shift forward, one-legged plank. Keep your left toes tucked. And lower halfway down, Trianga push-up. And lift up to upward facing dog. And lift up back downward facing dog. Feet together, left leg goes back and up. Left side, warrior one. Pivot that right heel down. Inhale, root to rise. Lift up those arms. Exhale, cactus your arms. Lift up to go back. Bring your hands behind your back. Inhale. Lace those fingers together. Bring that chest all the way forward. And come all the way down into your humble warrior. Really visualize the crown of your head almost touching the floor. Maybe you'll get there one day. Let's have a mindful transition into our awkward twist. Right hand down, and then your left hand extends all the way up. Transitioning into your lunge twist. And now let's transition all the way over into a side plank. Maybe hold, or extending that left leg up and maybe holding that big toe, or just simply holding your side plank. And now let's lift up into our dancer's bridge. Oh, really get that stretch. And now let's revolve that dancer's bridge. Left knee to right elbow, lengthen out through the backs of those legs and hips up. Release right palm down, maybe optional scissor push-up. And now lift up to go back with that left leg and knee to nose, and let's do a left side pigeon pose. Really feeling that 90-degree angle in that front leg in front of you just to protect that knee. Maybe stretch those arms forward and really just relax down into this restorative pose. If this does not feel good in your body, don't do it. Yoga is all about the present, here and now, just tuning into your body and figuring out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So just relax down and just be. Deep inhales and exhales. Breathing is just so important because it really allows you to just let go. Let's release wherever you are. Tuck those back toes under and extend that left leg back and up. And let's do a one-legged vinyasa. So come all the way into your plank pose with one leg up. Press down, lift up, chest forward, and a nice downward facing dog, lifting those hips up. And let's hold our downward facing dog. Let's walk our hands to meet our feet on the back of the mat. Let's do a big toe bind on the right, left hand to hip, root to rise, and standing hand to toe pose. If this doesn't serve you can bend your knee and hold it in, or you can extend that leg forward. And now let's do an external hip rotation. Left arm out, maybe following the gaze towards that left hand. Really holding and engaging in those legs. Let's go back to center for tree pose. Come back to center, right foot meets the left, and let's do a nice mountain pose. And close your eyes and just feel where you are right now. Inhale, arms to the sky, maybe a little back bend, and exhale all the way down to the ground. Right hand to hip, left side big toe bind, and root to rise. Standing hand to toe pose. Again, if this does not serve you, maybe bend your leg and just hold your knee. Now let's see if we can extend our leg out, opening to the side. And maybe extend that right hand open, and maybe bring your gaze towards that right side. And slowly bring it back to the front, and transition into your tree pose. Breathe in and really just be. Release down, mountain pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Walk it all the way out, down dog. You can stay here or take a vinyasa. When you're ready, slowly release and come down to your knees and walk your hands all the way back to your hips in a nice rock pose. And maybe lift all the way up to have your torso straight. And now we're gonna transition into camel pose. So lift up those hips, let's tuck those toes. Let's reach for those elevated heels. Really trying to get those hips forward and opening that chest. Exhale, release, sit back on those heels. Maybe fold forward into a nice child's pose. Really breathe into your body here. Now let's meet in tabletop pose. Let's tuck those toes into a nice downward facing dog. From that downward dog, walk, step, float, and let's land all the way on our bums and extend our feet out right in front of us. Let's flex those toes towards our face. Let's do a nice big inhale, arms to the sky, soften those knees, and exhale, forward fold. Let's slowly release, roll all the way up. Arms up, point those toes. Exhale, lower down onto your back. Let's hug that right leg into the chest and really squeeze it together. Lengthen your right arm out to the side, maybe scoot your hips over and drop that leg over onto your left side. Maybe shift your gaze over to the right shoulder, really just enjoying this belly twist. Slowly make your way back to center and bring that right leg all the way down. Now let's hug in that left knee into the chest. Give yourself a little love, maybe roll out that ankle. Left arm out, hips to the left, knees to the right, and nice big belly twist. Maybe eye gaze over to that left shoulder, really feeling and enjoying this spinal twist. Bring it back to center. Let's extend that left leg down. And now bring both knees into the chest. Let's bring it into a happy baby pose. So let's grab the inside of our feet and really press those knees down. Really getting a stretch in those hips. Really breathe into this posture and relax. And let's bring our legs down all the way into our final Shavasana pose. In this final pose, we allow ourselves to completely let go. Thank your body for just being here and allowing you to move in this way. Are you a little bit sweaty? Because I sure am. I hope you enjoyed this 35-minute yoga flow. It was a blast. We got our muscles moving, and we definitely got our stretch-ons. Thanks for my little munchkin for helping assist. I hope you enjoyed our little yoga class. So yeah, let me know if you like it, and I will see you same time next week.
Hasta la pasta.